Yo, what is up, people? Reese here, and let me tell you, we are on the verge of something absolutely monumental. Forget everything you thought you knew about SummerSlam, because for the first time ever, it's a two-night event. That's right. Double the matches, double the drama, double the moments that will have us all screaming at our screens. This isn't just a premium live event anymore. This is a full-blown wrestling festival, a weekend-long spectacle that is going to redefine what it means to be the biggest party of the summer. The energy is already insane, and we haven't even gotten to the first bell. And who's steering this ship of glorious chaos? None other than Cardi B. You know what that means. We're getting the glam, we're getting the style, but more importantly, we're getting that unfiltered, unapologetic sass. She's not just a host, she's a vibe, and she's going to bring an entirely new level of mainstream attention and unpredictable energy to the whole weekend. I'm talking iconic entrances, backstage segments that will go viral, and maybe even a few superstars getting put in their place. This is the kind of crossover that makes wrestling feel like the center of the pop culture universe, and I am so here for it. So here's the deal. You're gonna want to bookmark this video right now. Save it, download it, send it to your group chat, whatever you gotta do, because what I'm about to drop are the coldest, most accurate predictions you're gonna find anywhere on the internet. This is pure I told you so fuel. When these matches go down exactly as I call them, you can come back here, hit that comment section, and give me my flowers. So grab your prime, get comfortable, because we're about to break down the entire history-making two-night SummerSlam 2025 card. Let's get into it. Alright, kicking things off, we've got Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. This match is a classic story, man. It's the ultimate good guy, the guy with all the heart, the guy that people genuinely love, against this dark, brooding, psychological menace. Kross has been playing these twisted mind games for weeks, trying to break Sami down before he even steps through the ropes. He's got that intensity, that presence that just makes you feel uneasy. He's a legitimate threat and everyone knows it. Sami, on the other hand, is all about that infectious energy. He comes out, the crowd goes nuts, singing his theme song, and you can just feel the momentum shift. He feeds off that connection. That's his superpower. Kross will try to ground him, slow the pace, and turn it into a methodical, punishing beatdown. He'll dominate for long stretches, just tossing Sami around, making it look like there's absolutely no hope. He'll whisper stuff in his ear, taunt the crowd, just being the absolute worst. But you can never, ever count Sami Zayn out. That's his whole thing. He takes a beating that would put most guys away for a month, but he just keeps getting back up. He's got that 1 in a million resilience. The match will build to this crescendo where Kross gets arrogant. He sets up for the cross jacket or the final prayer, thinking it's all over. He takes his eye off the ball for a split second, maybe to glare at the crowd or the camera, and that's the opening. That's all Sami needs. He'll find a burst of adrenaline from nowhere, break free, and it's pure instinct. He'll shove Kross into the corner, and bam! Hell of a kick out of nowhere! The crowd explodes. It's not a dominant win, it's a survival, it's a heist. Sami literally sneaks out with the victory, his music hits, and the place is electric. It's that perfect babyface moment to start the show. Kross is left in the ring seething. He's not laughing, he's not playing games anymore. He's just pure, cold fury. He didn't get beaten, he got outsmarted. This makes him even more dangerous. He's still a monster, and now he has a reason to be even more vicious. Sami gets his feel-good win, the crowd is happy, but we've just planted the seed for a much darker, more violent chapter in this rivalry down the line. Perfect storytelling. Next up, the Women's Tag Team Championships are on the line. We've got the champs, Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez, defending against a team that is just dripping with star power, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. This is a fascinating matchup. On one side, you have this powerhouse and prodigy duo in Raquel and Roxanne. They're the present and the future, a team that's been grinding and building chemistry. They represent the new guard. On the other side, you have absolute royalty. Charlotte Flair, arguably the most decorated woman in WWE history, and Alexa Bliss, making her big comeback. Alexa's return is a huge story in itself. We don't know if we're getting the goddess, the fiend-adjacent Alexa, or something new entirely. That mystery, combined with Charlotte's natural arrogance and main event presence, makes them an instant threat. They don't need chemistry, they have resumes. The match itself will be a clash of styles. Raquel will go toe-to-toe with Charlotte, a true battle of the titans. They'll trade big boots and power bombs, a real slobber knocker. Meanwhile, Roxanne will use her speed and technical skill to try and outmaneuver the veteran Alexa Bliss. The story here is whether the established champions can withstand the sheer overwhelming star power of their challengers. The crowd will be torn, for sure. Ultimately, the veterans are just too smart. They'll use every trick in the book. There will be a moment where Raquel is taken out on the outside, maybe driven into the steel steps by Charlotte. This leaves Roxanne all alone in the ring, a lamb to the slaughter. It's a classic tag team formula, the isolation of the weaker partner. Roxanne will fight her heart out, getting a few hope spots and near falls that make the crowd believe she can do it. But it's a numbers game. Charlotte provides the distraction on the apron, and Alexa capitalizes. Maybe it's a twisted bliss, maybe it's a new finisher we haven't seen yet. But Alexa gets the 1-2-3 on Roxanne Perez. Charlotte and Alexa become the new champions, a massive moment that gets the whole world talking. Roxanne taking the pin is crucial. It protects Raquel as the powerhouse and gives Roxanne a story. Does this loss create friction between them? Does it light a fire under Roxanne to prove she belongs? It's a win that creates multiple new storylines. Oh man, this one is for the purists. The World Heavyweight Championship, the ring general Gunther defending against the one and only CM Punk. This is a dream match for so many people, and for good reason. It's a clash of ideologies, a clash of styles, and it's going to be brutally physical. Gunther is on this all-time historic run. He's brought prestige back to every title he's held. He's a throwback, a no-nonsense, hard-hitting machine. CM Punk is the opposite. He's all about the nuance, the psychology, the connection with the audience. He's the anti-establishment hero. He'll try to get in Gunther's head, to use his veteran savvy to find a weakness in the seemingly impenetrable armor of the champion. The build-up to this would be incredible, with promos that would cut right to the bone. Punk would call Gunther a bully, a one-trick pony, while Gunther would dismiss Punk as a bitter old man clinging to past glory. The match will be a masterpiece of pain. Every single chop from Gunther will echo through the stadium, turning Punk's chest into raw meat. You'll see Punk wincing, but also smiling, almost enjoying the fight. He'll absorb the punishment and fire back with his own stiff kicks and strikes. He'll target Gunther's legs, trying to chop the big man down, to take away the base that powers his devastating offense. It won't be flashy. It will feel real. The closing stretch will be insane. Punk will have Gunther reeling. He'll hit the high knee in the corner. He'll signal for the go to sleep. The entire stadium will be on its feet, believing this is the moment. But Gunther is just too powerful. He'll fight out of it, catch Punk mid-air, and transition it into a sleeper hold or a devastating powerbomb. He'll just overpower him through sheer brute force. Gunther retains, but only after the fight of his life. But wait, just as Gunther is celebrating, his music gets cut. And we hear that sound. The sound of a monster. Braun Breaker's music hits, and he storms down to the ring, Money in the Bank briefcase in hand. He gets in the ring, goes face-to-face with a battered and exhausted Gunther. He doesn't cash in, not yet. He just holds up the briefcase, points at the title, and lets Gunther know that the clock is ticking. The show ends with that visual, the dominant champ looking vulnerable for the first time with a shark circling the waters. This is the celebrity match of the night, but it's got layers, bro. You've got Randy Orton, a certified legend, teaming up with country music megastar Jelly Roll. The crowd is going to be so behind these guys, it's insane. Jelly Roll is a huge fan, he's got the everyman vibe, and pairing him with a stone-cold killer like Orton is just brilliant chemistry. They're facing off against Drew McIntyre, and you guessed it, your boy Logan Paul. Now me and Drew, we're the villains here, and we are going to lean into it so hard. I'll be on the mic all week, running my mouth, talking about how I'm a real athlete, how Jelly Roll is just some Nashville gimmick. Drew will be his intense, brooding self, complaining about how he deserves a title shot, not a tag match with celebrities. The tension between us will be subtle. We're partners, but we're not friends. We're both just using this match for the spotlight. The match will be pure entertainment. Jelly Roll will get a few spots in. He'll do a surprisingly good clothesline or a body slam, and the crowd will go wild. I'll sell for him like he's Goldberg, but most of the action will be between Orton and Drew. Two heavyweights just beating the hell out of each other. They have amazing chemistry, and they'll carry the in-ring work, making it feel like a legitimate main event. My job is to be the most annoying person on the planet. The finish is what everyone is waiting for. After a whole match of me being a punk, ducking Orton and getting cheap shots in, I'll finally get too cocky. I'll hit my one lucky punch on Jelly Roll, knock him off the apron, and then I'll start taunting Randy. I'll do his pose, I'll yell at him, I'll turn my back for a second to gloat to the camera, and that's my mistake. I turn around, and it's like a flash. RKO. Out of nowhere, the sound from the crowd will be deafening. Drew McIntyre sees this happen. He sees me, his partner, get laid out. And what does he do? He just watches. He has a chance to break up the pin, but he just stands on the apron and stares as the ref counts 1, 2, 3. Orton and Jelly Roll get the win, the ultimate feel-good moment. After the match, Drew just shakes his head, gets down from the apron and walks away, leaving me unconscious in the ring. This is the seed of a full-blown Drew McIntyre heel turn. He's done playing the game, he's out for himself. Man, this one is heavy. Roman Reigns, the former tribal chief, teaming with his cousin Jey Uso. This isn't the dominant, all-conquering Roman we knew. This is a different version. He's lost the title, he's lost his swagger, he's trying to find his way back. Teaming with Jey is a huge step, a callback to their history, an attempt to rebuild. They're facing two absolute wrecking machines, Braun Breaker and Big Bronson Reed. This is a statement match for the new guard. The story of this match is Roman's decline. He's still Roman Reigns, he's still a phenomenal athlete, but the aura is gone. He's not invincible anymore. Braun and Bronson are just going to bully them. They are pure power and aggression. Bronson Reed will be the immovable object, absorbing anything Jey Uso throws at him and just flattening him with a tsunami splash. He's the perfect enforcer for a guy like Braun. Braun Breaker is the star here. He's going to go right after Roman. He'll show no fear, no respect for the legacy. He'll spear Roman harder than Roman has ever speared anyone. He'll talk trash. He'll mock the acknowledge me taunt. He's not just trying to win the match, he's trying to dismantle a legend. He wants to prove that his era is now, and Roman's time is over. This is a symbolic execution. The critical moment comes when Roman is not the legal man. Jey Uso is in the ring, fighting for his life against Breaker. Jey is all heart. He'll get a flurry of offense, a couple of super kicks, the USO splash. For a second, it looks like they might pull it off. The crowd will rally behind them, hoping for this redemption story. But Braun is just too much. He'll kick out at one, roaring back to his feet. He'll catch Jey coming off the top rope and transition it seamlessly into his military press power slam. It's devastating. He pins Jey Uso clean as a whistle right in the middle of the ring. Roman Reigns is on the apron, watching it happen, unable to do anything about it. He loses the match without even being pinned, which is almost worse. It shows he's no longer the deciding factor. Braun Breaker stands tall, having beaten Roman Reigns' team, solidifying himself as a top-tier main event player who is coming for it all. Alright, let's talk about the WWE Women's Championship. You've got the champion Tiffany Stratton defending against the force of nature that is Jade Cargill. Tiffy has had a great run. She's got the character, the athleticism, the Tiffy time gimmick is over. She's proven she belongs in the main event scene. But let's be real. She has never ever faced anyone like Jade Cargill. This is a whole different level of athlete. The build-up is all about Tiffany's confidence bordering on delusion. She'll be on the mic, talking down to Jade, making fun of her, acting like this is just another match. She'll say Jade is all hype, all muscle, no substance. Meanwhile, Jade will be the complete opposite. Cool, calm, collected. She doesn't need to say much, her presence says it all. She'll just stand there looking like a superhero, while Tiffany does all the talking. It's a classic dynamic. This match is not going to be a long, drawn-out epic. It can't be. To establish Jade as the next big thing, this needs to be dominant. It needs to be a statement. The bell rings, and Tiffany might get a little bit of offense in early. A few quick strikes, maybe a drop kick, just to show she's not scared. She'll try to use her agility to stay one step ahead of Jade's power. But then Jade gets her hands on her, and it's over. It'll be like watching a lion play with its food. Jade will just absorb Tiffy's best shots and then unleash her own offense. A massive fall-away slam, a choke slam that gets a huge pop from the crowd. Tiffany will look completely overwhelmed, her confidence shattered. She's never been manhandled like this before. The look on her face will tell the entire story. The finish will be quick, brutal, and memorable. Tiffany will go for her prettiest moonsault ever, her big finisher. But Jade will just move out of the way. Tiffy crashes and burns, and Jade is there waiting for her. She'll hoist her up, hit the Jaded, and it is lights out. 1, 2, 3, not even a 2-minute match. The crowd will be stunned by the sheer dominance. Jade Cargill is your new WWE Women's Champion, and she looks absolutely unbeatable. A star is born. This match is all about catharsis. We have the Intercontinental Champion, Dirty Dom Mysterio, defending against a legend, the phenomenal AJ Styles. Dom is honestly the most hated man in the company, and he just thrives on it. He's a weasel, he cheats, he hides behind the Judgment Day. He's had the title for way too long and man, the fans are desperate to see someone finally shut him up and take it from him. AJ Styles is the perfect guy to do it. The Judgment Day, Finn Balor, JD McDonough, maybe even Rhea Ripley, will be at ringside, and they're gonna be a constant factor. Every single time AJ starts to build momentum, one of them is on the apron, providing a distraction. Dom gets all of his offense in through cheap shots and interference. He'll spend most of the match running his mouth, taunting AJ and just trying to get under his skin. He's not trying to have a wrestling match, he's trying to orchestrate a mugging. AJ Styles, the veteran, gets more and more frustrated. He knows he's better than Dom, but he just can't get a fair fight. The crowd is living and dying with every move, booing Dom out of the building and roaring for AJ. The story is AJ's struggle against the impossible odds of the numbers game. He's got to fight off not just Dom but his entire crew. He'll hit a Pele kick on JD, knock Finn off the apron, and still have to deal with Dom. The turning point comes when the Judgment Day's interference finally backfires. It's the classic trope, and honestly, it works every time. JD McDonough will slide a chair into the ring, but AJ will see it coming. He'll sidestep, and Dom will run right into JD. Or maybe Finn tries to trip AJ on the apron, but the referee catches him and ejects the entire Judgment Day from ringside. The crowd goes absolutely nuclear. For the first time, Dom is all alone. The look of sheer terror on Dominic's face will be priceless. He's got nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. AJ Styles just smiles. He knows it's over. He systematically picks Dom apart. He hits the Ushigoroshi, sets him up. Phenomenal forearm. 1, 2, 3. AJ Styles is the new Intercontinental Champion. It's a massive, feel-good pop. Dom gets his comeuppance, the ultimate heat magnet finally loses, and a respected legend gets a well-deserved title run. Beautiful. This is the main event of Night 1. The undisputed WWE Championship, a street fight. John Cena, the champion on his final run, versus the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. The story here is just epic. Cena came back for one last meaningful run, a thank you to the fans. He's the ultimate babyface, the superhero. Cody is the guy who has scratched and clawed his way to the top, the guy who finished the story, but now he's showing a different side. The build-up would be all about respect turning sour. Cody would talk about how Cena represents an era that held guys like him down. He'd get more and more aggressive, more entitled. Cena would be the veteran trying to talk sense into the younger star, telling him not to go down this dark path. The street fight stipulation is key. This isn't going to be a technical wrestling match. This is going to be a war, a brutal, emotional brawl all over the arena. We're talking about spots that will make you cringe. Kendo sticks, chairs, announce tables breaking. Cena will bring back the steel step spot. He'll go for the 5-knuckle shuffle, but Cody will counter with a low blow. The rules are out the window. This is about who is willing to do more to win. Cena is fighting for his legacy, for one last moment in the sun. Cody is fighting to prove that his era is not just here, but that it's better and more ruthless than Cena's ever was. The emotional peak will be Cena, battered and bruised, looking out at the crowd. He knows this is it. He knows he can't keep doing this. He'll hit an attitude adjustment through a table, but Cody will kick out. The desperation will set in for Cena. He'll lock in the STF in the middle of the ring, surrounded by broken chairs and splintered wood. It looks like Cody is going to tap. He's fading, but he doesn't. He crawls to the ropes, but there are no rope breaks. Instead, he grabs the ring bell that was brought in earlier. He smashes it against Cena's head to break the hold. It's a disgusting, cheap shot. Cena is dazed. Cody then hits him with not one, not two, but 3 consecutive crossroads, the third one being on top of a steel chair. He pins Cena, 1, 2, 3. Cody Rhodes is the new champion. But there are no cheers. He didn't just win, he executed a hero. He stands over Cena, holding the title with a cold, dark look in his eyes. The American Nightmare has truly begun. Kicking off Night 2, we've got a family affair inside a steel cage. The United States Championship is on the line as Solo Sikoa defends against his cousin, the debuting Jacob Fatu. This is going to be pure, unadulterated violence. Solo has been the enforcer, the stoic killer of the new bloodline. He's been unstoppable, but Jacob Fatu is a different kind of animal. For anyone who's seen his work, you know he is chaos incarnate. He's the Samoan werewolf. The steel cage is the perfect environment for this. There's no escape, no interference, just 2 guys tearing each other apart. This isn't about wrestling holds, it's about punishment. They'll be throwing each other into the steel mesh, using the cage as a weapon. Solo will be methodical and brutal, using his power and the Samoan spike. He's the disciplined soldier. Fatu is the opposite. He's wild, unpredictable, and explosive. Fatu's debut needs to be a statement. He'll do things in that cage that a man his size has no business doing. He'll be climbing the cage, doing moonsaults off the top rope, flying around like a cruiserweight. He'll match Solo's intensity and then crank it up to 11. The story is that Solo, for the first time, has met someone in his own family that he can't intimidate and can't control. He's met a bigger, badder dog. The match will be a car crash. Both men will be bleeding, exhausted. Solo will hit the Samoan spike, but Fatu will somehow stay on his feet, fueled by sheer adrenaline. He'll shake his head, spit at Solo, and just ask for more. This will shock Solo. His ultimate weapon, the move that has put everyone down, didn't work. The psychological edge is gone. Doubt creeps in for the first time. Fatu will capitalize on this moment of hesitation. He'll hit a series of super kicks, a pop-up Samoan drop, and then he'll climb to the top of the cage. The whole arena will hold its breath. He'll point to the sky and hit a massive cage-high moonsault for the pin. 1, 2, 3. Jacob Fatu wins the United States Championship in his debut match. It's a clean, decisive victory. This sends a massive shockwave through the bloodline. There's a new power player in the family, and he just took out their top enforcer. The fracture is real. This one has the potential to steal the entire weekend. The first ever Women's Intercontinental Championship is on the line in a no DQ match. You have the inaugural champion, the man Becky Lynch, defending against her own protege, Lyra Valkyria. The story honestly just writes itself. The teacher versus the student. Becky handpicked Lyra, she trained with her, she endorsed her. But now, Lyra wants to step out of her shadow and take what matters most to her. The no DQ stipulation is essential, by the way. It allows them to tell a more aggressive, emotional story. This can't be a clean wrestling match, there's just too much personal history. Becky will be reluctant at first. She'll try to just out-wrestle Lyra to prove she's still the master, but Lyra will push her. She'll be more aggressive than Becky expects, using chairs and kendo sticks to prove she's not the same wide-eyed rookie anymore. She's willing to do whatever it takes. This will force Becky to flip that switch, the switch that turns her into the man. She'll realize that to keep her title and to teach Lyra the final lesson, she has to be ruthless. The match will spill outside the ring, they'll fight up the ramp using every weapon they can find. It'll be chaotic, messy, and deeply personal. You'll see the conflict on Becky's face. She's proud of what Lyra has become, but she's also got to put her down. The climax will be built around their finishers. Lyra will hit her finisher, the Nightwing, on a pile of chairs, but Becky will kick out. The crowd will be stunned. Lyra will be in disbelief. What more does she have to do to beat her mentor? This desperation will be her undoing. She'll go for something high risk, maybe setting up a table, but Becky will have it scouted. Becky will counter, and in a moment of pure veteran instinct, she'll lock in the disarm her, using a kendo stick for extra leverage. Lyra will fight it with everything she has, but the pain will be too much. She'll have no choice but to tap out. Becky Lynch retains in a chaotic, brutal war. She helps Lyra up after the match, a sign of respect. Becky keeps her title, but Lyra Valkyria looks like an absolute star. She took the man to her absolute limit and proved she belongs at the top. Get ready for absolute chaos. The WWE Tag Team Championship is up for grabs in a 6-team TLC match. You've got the champions, the creepy and dominant Wyatt Six, defending against a murderer's row of tag teams, DIY, the returning Motor City Machine Guns, the Street Profits, Fraxium, and the high-flying duo of Andrade and Rey Fenix. This is designed to be a human demolition derby, and more importantly, to completely revitalize the tag team division. The Wyatt Six, as champions, are the ominous force in the match. They won't be climbing ladders right away, they'll be stalking the ring, taking out teams one by one, using their psychological warfare and brute force. Their presence adds a layer of horror to the match. Every other team will have to work together unofficially just to neutralize them so they can even think about climbing for the belts. This creates incredible dynamics and temporary alliances. The spots in this match will be legendary. Rey Fenix and one of the Fraxium members will be doing insane high-flying moves off the top of the ladders. The Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, will show everyone why they are one of the best tag teams of all time with their flawless tandem offense. The Street Profits will bring the swag and the power, with Montez Ford doing something absolutely crazy. like splashing someone from the top of a 20-foot ladder through the announce tables. But the heart of this match is DIY. Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. Their story of betrayal, reunion, and the quest to finally win the big one on the main roster is the emotional core. They've been so close so many times. They will be the workhorses of the match, the ones who keep fighting back from the brink. They'll use their incredible chemistry to outsmart bigger and stronger teams. The crowd will be begging for them to finally get their moment. The finish will be a masterpiece of storytelling. It'll come down to Gargano and Ciampa on a ladder, reaching for the belts, and one of the Wyatt Six, maybe Uncle Howdy himself, rising from the dead below them. He'll tip the ladder, but they'll land on their feet. They'll hit their finisher, meeting in the middle on Howdy taking him out. This leaves the path clear. Ciampa guards the bottom of the ladder while Gargano scrambles up. He unhooks the belts. DIY are the new WWE Tag Team Champions. The pop will be one of the loudest of the entire weekend. A truly earned, emotional victory. This is the main event of Night 2, the Women's World Championship, a triple threat match. The champion Naomi defends against the returning Rhea Ripley and the Genius of the Sky Iyo Sky. Naomi won the title and has been a great fighting champion. Iyo is the wild card, the unpredictable high flyer who can win at any moment. But this match is all about one person. Mommy Rhea Ripley. She never lost this title, she was forced to vacate it due to injury. This is her war of reclamation. The dynamic of a triple threat is always compelling. Alliances will form and break in an instant. Iyo and Rhea might work together for a moment to take out the champion Naomi, only for Iyo to try and steal a pin with a quick roll-up. Naomi will use her incredible athleticism to fight off both challengers at once, hitting her split-legged moonsault and taking control of the match. She has to prove that her title reign is not a fluke. Rhea Ripley will be the dominant force. She's back, she's angry, and she wants her property back. She'll be tossing both Naomi and Iyo around the ring. She's bigger, stronger, and more aggressive than both of them. Her power will be the central pillar of the match. She'll hit the riptide on Iyo, but Naomi will be there to break up the pin at the last possible second. The frustration will build for Rhea. The key to this match is protecting Naomi. She's been a great champion, and she shouldn't look weak in defeat. The finish will be orchestrated perfectly to achieve this. Iyo Sky will take Naomi out of the equation. She'll hit her spectacular over the moonsault on Naomi, but she'll land on the outside, crashing through the announce table. It's a massive, high-risk move that incapacitates both of them. This leaves Rhea Ripley alone in the ring. She sees her opportunity. She drags Iyo Sky back into the ring, who is basically dead weight at this point. Rhea looks at the crowd, a signal that this is it. She lifts Iyo up, hits a thunderous riptide right in the center of the ring, and gets the 1-2-3. Rhea Ripley is the new Women's World Champion. She reclaims the title she never lost, and she did it without pinning the defending champion, Naomi. Mommy is back on top, Naomi is protected for a future one-on-one rematch, and the show ends with Rhea holding her title, looking absolutely dominant. And that, my friends, is how the biggest SummerSlam in history is going to go down. Let's just recap the absolute game changers we just called. Cody Rhodes walks out of a war with John Cena as the undisputed champion, but he leaves a piece of his soul behind to do it. We have a new slate of champions ready to dominate their divisions. Jade Cargill with a squash that puts everyone on notice, Rhea Ripley reclaiming her throne, and Jacob Fatu starting a civil war within the bloodline. And how about DIY? Finally getting that crowning moment, bringing the tag division back to the forefront where it belongs. This isn't just a new chapter, it's a whole new book. But the wins and losses are only half the story. The seeds we planted this weekend are what really matter. What happens with Cody's new ruthless attitude? The American Nightmare is no longer just a nickname. And what about Braun Breaker holding that briefcase over Gunther? That's a main event feud just waiting to explode into pure violence. Drew McIntyre walking out on me, yeah, I'm still a little salty about that, is the start of a dark, selfish journey for him. The landscape of WWE has been completely terraformed, and the aftershocks will be felt for months. So what do you think? Am I a genius, or am I a genius? Drop your own predictions in the comments below. Tell me where I'm right, tell me where I'm wrong, let's debate it. I want to hear your hottest takes. Who do you see walking out as champion? What surprises are you expecting? Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because when all of this comes true, we're going to be back here to break it all down. It's been real. Peace.